Out of nowhere, Charles Oliveira versus Rafael Fiziev is official for the main event of the UFC Fight Night Rio de Janeiro card in Brazil on the 11th of October. I don't understand what Charles Oliveira's manager is doing. I really don't understand why Charles Oliveira, 5.5 weeks after being flatline KO'd by Ilia Topuria, is looking to take on Rafael Fiziev.
We've got some breaking and honestly heartbreaking news from the world of MMA. Rafael Fiziev, one of the most exciting strikers in the lightweight division, has suffered a serious injury that could sideline him for a long time. This news has shaken fight fans around the world, and today we're going to break it all down for you. The details of the injury, how it affects Fiziev's career, the UFC lightweight rankings, and of course, what it means for the fans who were looking forward to his comeback. So stick around, because this is a story you don't want to miss. First, let's take a step back and remind ourselves why Rafael Fiziev is such a big deal in the UFC. Fiziev, nicknamed Ataman, is a fighter who came into the lightweight division with a Muay Thai background and quickly earned a reputation as one of the slickest and most technical strikers in MMA. His head movement, his explosive kicks, and his counter-striking have made him a nightmare for opponents. Fans remember his insane head kick knockouts and the way he dismantles elite-level strikers with precision. Over the years, Fiziev has fought some of the toughest names in the lightweight division, proving again and again that he belongs among the top contenders. He's not just a fighter who wins, he's a fighter who entertains, and that's why his fights always get so much hype. Now, let's talk about the bad news. In his recent training camp, Fiziev reportedly suffered a major injury, a torn ACL. For those who don't know, the ACL is a ligament in the knee, and when it tears, it's one of the most devastating injuries an athlete can suffer. We've seen this injury before in fighters and other sports athletes, and the recovery time can range anywhere from 9 months to over a year. This means Fiziev could be out for the entire 2025 fight calendar, which is a huge blow not just to him personally, but also to the UFC lightweight division. Fans had been expecting him to bounce back after his tough fight against Mateusz Gamrot, where he unfortunately suffered a leg injury that forced a doctor's stoppage. And now, just when he was preparing for a comeback, this happens. It almost feels like Fiziev just can't catch a break. As soon as the news broke, MMA fans all over social media started reacting. Some were devastated, saying things like, "The lightweight division won't be the same without Fiziev." Others pointed out how unlucky Fiziev has been with injuries recently, calling it a tragic setback for one of the most exciting fighters to watch. On Reddit, one fan wrote, "First it was his leg, now it's his knee. It feels like fate is just cruel to Fiziev. We need him back because nobody fights like him." Another fan tweeted, "Lightweight division is stacked, but without Fiziev, it loses some of its magic." These reactions show how much respect Fiziev has earned from the global fanbase. He's not just another fighter, he's someone people genuinely tune in to watch. Now let's talk about the bigger picture. The UFC lightweight division is one of the most competitive and stacked divisions in MMA history. Fiziev was right there in that mix, pushing toward title contention. With Fiziev out, it creates a vacuum. Fighters who were behind him in the rankings might now get opportunities they wouldn't have had otherwise. Someone like Jalen Turner, or even guys outside the top 10, could move up because the division is constantly shifting. Dana White has always said, injuries are part of the game, but losing a fighter like Fiziev means losing big money fights, highlight reels, and excitement for fans. The big question now is, what does this mean for Rafael Fiziev's career long term? ACL injuries are no joke. Some fighters come back stronger, while others struggle to ever reach their peak again. It's going to depend heavily on Fiziev's rehab, his discipline, and the kind of team he has around him. We've seen fighters like Dominic Cruz suffer multiple ACL tears and still come back to win a championship. On the other hand, some fighters never fully regain their explosiveness. The good news for Fiziev is that he's still relatively young in fight years, and his style, while explosive, is also very technical. That means even if he loses a little bit of speed, his fight IQ and striking skills will still make him dangerous. So what happens next? Here are a few possibilities. Fiziev takes a full year off. He focuses purely on recovery and comes back in late 2025 or early 2026. The UFC reshuffles the lightweight division. Without Fiziev, fighters like Arman Tsarukyan or Jalen Turner might get bigger fights sooner. Fiziev could face a tune-up fight on his return, maybe against someone in the top 15 instead of immediately fighting top 5 killers. This would give him time to rebuild his confidence. No matter what happens, one thing is clear: when Fiziev comes back, fans will be lining up to watch him. His comeback story could be one of the biggest narratives in MMA. This injury news is definitely disappointing, but one thing we know about MMA fighters is that they're some of the toughest athletes in the world. Rafael Fiziev has the heart of a warrior, and if anyone can overcome this setback, it's him. Here at UFC Edge, we'll be keeping a close eye on his recovery, bringing you all the updates, and of course, breaking down what this means for the UFC lightweight division. What do you guys think? Can Rafael Fiziev bounce back from this ACL injury and return to being one of the scariest strikers in the game? Or will this injury permanently change his career trajectory? Let us know in the comments below, because your thoughts are a big part of the conversation. Thanks for watching UFC Edge.